So this video will briefly go through some things on the syllabus, and you'll be responsible for reading everything else on your own. I'll also kind of demonstrate the different type of items in Blackboard. So the next few tasks that you have to do, you actually will know how to submit the things that you have to do. So right here on our main menu, you have syllabus. It's embedded, so you can read it here, but I would suggest that you just open it in another tab or download it as a PDF, however you would like. If we were a face-to-face class, I would have a hard copy for you. Again, my name is Tanya Allen. Please refer to me either as Dr. T, Dr. Tanya, Dr. Allen, your choice. I can be reached Monday and Wednesday between 11 to 3 in my office, which is in the music building, the far northwest side of campus on the corner of Blodgett and Claiborne. You can call me, you can come see me, or you can pop in my Zoom room and I will be there, and anytime you have questions or comments. You can also email me, which you will do, and I respond pretty quickly. But sometimes you want that interaction, and I would strongly encourage you, most of you being freshmen, to absolutely ask your questions in person, because what I'm doing now, actually showing you, I can show you when you come to me in person. If you send me an email, I do screenshots to help you understand, but I can help you understand so much better if we are in a face-to-face physical or virtual environment. Music appreciation, again, because we are an asynchronous course, there is no set time for us to meet, and we will never meet. I can't require you to meet at a time that hasn't been scheduled in the course, the master course schedule for the university, which is why I have the office hours, and it's important that you use them. I already demonstrated in the last video where all of our course information is. So this course is a socio-cultural exploration of music and music making through time and place, right? So the purpose of this course, and any creative arts course as part of a gen ed curriculum, is to expose you to things that you might not be exposed to, but also to just increase your knowledge and understanding about things that would benefit you regardless of your career option, that would just benefit you as a person. And so this course will help you to develop an appreciation for music, and hopefully to kind of see some connections and relevance to your history, your culture, your communities, but also the history, culture, and communities of those that you might not be very familiar with. The general outcomes that I have here are the general outcomes that the state have created. This is one of those gen ed, well, all the gen ed options are required of the state, and so they have outcomes that they want us to cover, and so I just use theirs for the outcomes. Because it's also a gen ed option, there are other outcomes that you have to demonstrate in all your courses. So English, math, history, political science, your technology courses. So critical thinking skills, your ability to communicate both verbally, written, and oral, and you'll do all in this course. Your ability to work with others to complete a task, you'll do in this course. And then think about, consider, and respond to things related to cultural relevance and intercultural competence. Textbooks that I use are open educational resources, which means they are free, and I would ask that you would go ahead and download both, because you will have a reading from both for this class. Digital technology. So after you complete this video and do the syllabus scavenger hunt, there is an online readiness survey that you need to take to determine if you actually should be taking this class in an online format. Yes, we've all had an opportunity to learn virtually from 2020 to now, but that doesn't mean that's the best way for you to learn, right? So if you were not that successful, then it may be better for you to take this course in a face-to-face format. And I'd rather you know that now so you can drop it than later. You also need to make sure you have the requisite technology to be successful. And that means access to either your own personal laptop or a computer lab you feel comfortable going to, creating videos in, talking audio files in, 3 or 2 times a week in order for you to do this class. I need to, and I might add this, a link to the computer labs that are available on campus for you. Expectations, I'm going to ask that you go through that yourself as well as your requirements. I will have questions related to those on the scavenger hunt. Attendance policy. This is important because we don't meet, but I still need to record attendance. It's required of me. I will get in trouble if I don't do so. I have to record attendance on a regular basis. Attendance is important too, because the first 2 weeks of class, if you don't attend, you will be automatically dropped from attending a course. So if you do not go into our course site and complete any task or assessment from this week, you are in jeopardy of being dropped. So it's very important for you to do things, submit things in Blackboard for this course. I'm going to ask that you go through, this is just a calendar. It refers to the units that we have here. But let me just show you, and I have an example link that let me show you the different tasks that are in Blackboard, so you know which ones need to be submitted. And so if you notice, these icons all look slightly different. This is not an assignment. You can't click on it. This just means I'm going to have words and written information for you to see. If you see a piece of paper with lines, that means it's an assignment. Let's just call it an assignment to keep it simple. That's an assignment that needs to be submitted in Blackboard. Even if the assignment asks you to do something in another application, like our introduction assignment, you do that assignment in Flip, formerly known as Flipgrid. You create a video or an audio for us to meet each other. So you do that in another application. However, because it's a learning task, you must submit it in Blackboard, and you have the option of clicking on it and it'll take you to the assignment information. There may be times where I say, hey, you just need to submit the assignment. You don't need to attach anything. You don't need to write a comment. You don't need to write a text submission. You just need to submit the assignment. So if I say to do just submit the assignment, submit the assignment. Even if it says the assignment is blank and no files are attached, submit the assignment. And let me get into my student view so I can show you a little bit better how this works. So I'm going back to that learning task. I'm just going to submit it. It's going to say, hey, hold up, kind of like when you do emails. This is blank. Are you sure you want to send this? Yes, you're sure. Anytime you submit an assignment, you'll get this message. There's a receipt that I can access and that you can access as well. But if you go to my grades, it also, let me see if it's somewhere here. It might be at the bottom. Yes. It also is showing that you submitted it. And I'm going to go through grade book in another video, right? So it's important, even if the task is done outside of Blackboard, if it's a learning task, so a piece of paper with lines, you need to submit it. Otherwise, I cannot grade it. You might have a web link that'll open the tab in another location. This is the introduction tab. Flip. Evaluation, aka test assessment, paper with these little boxes. It will look like this. You'll begin and you'll answer the questions and submit it when you're done, or just save it and exit. And then the last type of item that you might find in this course is a survey. It looks, when you click on it, just like an evaluation, but it is not an assessment or a test. The main thing that I really want you to focus on is that learning task. If I have given you something that you can click on and that needs to be submitted, that means it needs to be submitted, even if it's blank. Sometimes you need to attach stuff, sometimes you might need to write. I will be perfectly clear in the directions, but if I say just submit it, make sure that you submit it. All right.